3 and go to step 20, step 500. We got to think about that because in order for that to work, for it to be sustainable, you've got to be able to look at this in the long term and not just like, oh, an election. You got to. What is the federal election going to do? What is going to be proposed bill? What are we going to do? Yeah, yeah, I agree, Lobo. Yeah. Hello, Karma.
Well, thank you for having me, guys.
Hey, welcome, Karma.
Welcome in.
Karma, what do you think of this proposal from Joseph? I don't know if you've heard him before
Yeah, I have.
speak.
I've debated him multiple times about it, actually. Okay, allow me to have a back and forth. Rather than making statements, I'm going to prove my point with his answers. So,
Yeah, go ahead.
Joseph?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm listening.
So what you're proposing, according to you, that there will be a government that is like equally between Palestinians and Israelis, and it's going to be democratic, right?
Correct.
Okay. How many years have you been working on that approach?
25 years.
Adam asked you a question about the numbers of the people. Yeah. Wait, it gets better. Adam asked you about the people that, kind of like a ratio about people who approved it, whether from Palestinians or Israelis. You said, what exactly? Can you answer again?
I said I don't know the ratio, but you can look it up on ipconfederation.org, and there are many people who are listed as supporters of that. We can also look up.
Okay, too many words. Just too many words. So that is your approach. You're the one who's working on it for 25 years. You have spoken to government officials, okay, to previous military people, etc. So everybody's aware of what you're doing. Speaking of bodyguards, evil, Lana, it's kind of fishy that he has been speaking about this for years and nobody's coming after him.
Yeah, so I get that.
To Lobo's point, this is nothing but a lip service. And for you to be able to work almost quarter century on this approach, but you don't have the numbers, kind of wild. You either don't care, or you're really not actively working on this, or you're just providing a lip service on pro-Palestinian panels because you know what's coming according to you, to your people. And you're trying to, calm it down, stop it from happening because, it started here by education lives when Americans started to ask Palestinians about what's happening, and then Palestinians started to say what's actually happening, revealing the truth, and Americans knowing that their money is going to nothing but G-sides. That scares you guys because, yes, you cannot survive without us more than a week. Actually, less than a week. Your economy is built on our companies. Your weapons are from us. And basically, we're the only ally to you right now, quote-unquote ally, while you are dragging our soldiers to die for you, and we're being shamed and punished. Like, nobody likes the Americans right now because of what Israel is doing and how we are backing them off. So, with all of this, Joseph, you provided nothing, okay? And nobody's falling for what you're doing because the Palestinians are strong. The resistance, for example, they have seen these games with the Israelis, with the IDF for many years, which is why you see them very strict in their negotiations. So, keep trying, but it does nothing. The Palestinians are going to have their Palestine. They are the one who's going to decide who stays and who leaves. You guys had decades to correct this situation, and you chose not to. I've landed my plane.
So the like I said before, I think very few people are aware of this. Very few Israelis and very few Palestinians. There is a conscious effort, at least on the Israeli side, to suppress this idea. I have been trying for years and years and years to talk about it in the Israeli media, and they have not been willing to give it a platform at all. So I
But
think
go ahead. Go ahead,
so. I
Lana.
think that very, very few people in Israel or Palestine are aware of this. Whether you are correct or not, time will tell. Whether I am correct or not, time will tell. It's not going to be whether you come up with a better argument or me coming up with a better argument. I think that this would be determined by time. And we are now promoting the election. We are promoting a platform. It will be ready in 3 or 4 months. Palestinians and Israelis will be given an opportunity to register to vote and to register to run.
So 25 years, and it's still gonna be ready in 2 or 3 months?
Correct. It's going to be
Interesting.
ready in about 2 or 3 months. And then
Wow.
Palestinians and Israelis will have an opportunity to register to vote and register to run. They will have over a year to register to vote, and the election itself will take place in about a year and 4 months, or like 16 months from now. And we'll see if it will take place 3 months. So whether you are correct in your skepticism or I am correct in my analysis is going to be determined by facts.
Analysis built on data. He asked you for basic data about who is actually approving this or not. You didn't provide any of that. So that's not analysis to begin with. Okay?
It's an analysis of the idea.
The idea means nothing if you are not showing any kind of proof to support it. And what's easier, correcting the current system or create a new system? Go ahead, Lena.
Both. Actually, both. You need to correct the old system, or even demolish the old system and build a new system.
Okay, so the problem I have with that is you're focusing on building the new system before you're focused on demolishing the existing apartheid system. Go ahead,
Correct.
Carmen.
You see, Lana, do you want to say something before I go ahead?
No, you go, girl. You're good at this. You're very smart.
I appreciate you, but I don't want to hijack the panel. If you want to say something, I can wait after you.
Seriously, I've talked a lot too, so no, you're good. Go ahead.
Okay, so Joseph, who's gonna be part of the new system?
So there will be,
As far as Israelis, not the Palestinians I'm referring to. According to you, who's gonna be part of that system?
there will be 300 parliament members. Some will be Palestinians, some will be Israelis. And there will be a president and vice president. One will be Palestinian, one will be Israeli. Whoever gets the most votes will be president.
Thank you. So the reason why I asked you that question, because I want to point out that you're gonna build a new system based on the same people who created the injustice in the old system. So
That's not true.
Explain.
So there will be 300 districts. Each district will have to vote for one parliament member. the parliament member who gets elected, even before he gets elected, once he puts his name as a candidate, will have to abandon all his allegiance to any other government or military organization.
I
And
think
we'll
you
have-
didn't get my question correct. My question is not about the process due. My question is about who, the people that are going to be part of this system. You're saying they're going to be elected from districts. What districts are we talking about? Occupied Palestine? Tel Rabia that became somehow
we're
Tel
talking
Aviv?
about, yes, we're talking about,
Okay, and here's my issue with yes, okay? Those are the settlers. So settlers, like by default, are going to elect a settler like them, like Itmar bin Gafir al-Hallouf, we will end up with a new person, a new label, but the same idea, which is a T, commits nothing but crimes against the Palestinians. Your new system does not provide anything as far as serving justice to the crimes that was done to the Palestinians by the Israelis. It just, let's make a new system and start afresh. And you're assuming that those people who think themselves higher, who have accepted the nation state law as part of their life, who believe that they are higher than the Palestinians who own the land, that somehow they're going to wake up in the next morning and be okay with a democratic state.
well, they will have to accept several principles. And that is that everyone is equal. No one is superior to others. Democracy is the law of the land.
Who's going to enforce it?
The Constitution is the law of the land.
Who is going to enforce it for them to accept it?
The parliament member, as a group, just like in any other democracy, they will be required to enforce the laws that they have passed, and they will be able to impeach parliament members or president or vice president.
Let me reiterate again. A district elects a settler to present them in the parliament member who will be having some force, some jurisdiction to be like they would have access into the system to approve or disapprove something. The same settler who accepted to take weapons and go to Palestinians' houses and kick them out of their houses and live like a thug somehow is going to reinforce the law. The same settler who watched a crime happen in Sdeit Man, gang raping a man in front of a camera, will be okay somehow with enforcing the law. Like we're gonna wipe his memory? That is who he is. What justice have you served to the Palestinians before that? Like, funny thing is, that the Israeli society is either past, current, or future IDF soldiers, which means at least 60% of them have served in the IDF and committed crimes towards the Palestinians. And somehow those people who committed crimes, you're going to take them and build a new system that is democratic. You're not even talking about how you're going to create trials. No, you're going to have them part of the new law, build the new law, and for some reason they're going to accept putting themselves into trials. The sanity of what you're saying, keep dreaming. If anything that I can take away from what you're saying, that the Palestinians are in power, and your lip service is to trying to prevent the consequences of the Israelis. I said that before and I'm going to say it again. If you're really worried about your people, turn around and talk to them, not the Palestinians.
Well, I speak to everyone because I don't really see a distinction. The distinction between Palestinians and Israelis is a superficial distinction. To me, the population is 15.5 million people electing a federal government. The distinction based on religion or nationality is a superficial distinction. So I speak to everyone. And the parliament members will, when they run, they will have to express their agenda, and they will be scrutinized by the people in their district whether to vote for them or not. And many of the districts will be common districts for Palestinians and Israelis together. And the same thing for the president and vice president. They will have to be scrutinized by the public.
Okay, but beside having a government, do you have any plans beyond this, besides this federal government? It just seems like you're copy pasting the US or like the UK and stuff like that, different, you know, supposed democracies. I don't see them like that. But you're copy pasting and just thinking that a new government with all the violent people, like how are you going to filter out people that have committed war crimes against children, women, the elderly? Like are you going to do rehabilitation? What is your plan? Because there's got to be more than a plan than just a government. You got to think past that. I'm a very, there's a lot of steps, and I think sometimes that I think the issue that people have with you is you're just talking about a government. Okay, that's great, but what's the plan? What is the plan beside that? What after that happens? How are we, besides just passing legislation? Because if you're going to have two groups that believe very differently, that have different morals, that have different cultural norms, you're going to have stalemates. And are you guys going to waste money on debating a bill that's not going to pass? Like, how is that going to happen? It's just.
Well, this is a very good question, and it should be addressed to those people that are running. We are
you not going to be involved in this at all since you're a citizen?
No, I'm not qualified to be, constitutionally, I'm not qualified to be president or
we're not saying a president, but like, aren't you, you have citizenship. Why? You're a lawyer.
Yeah, but according to the Constitution, you have to be a citizen and a resident of either Palestine or Israel. I am not a resident, so
okay, but you could move back and be involved in this if you like. I'm not advocating for Israelis to go back, but if this is the system that you want, like you could go back and try to oversee things, be involved in the process. Like, are you just going to sit on the sidelines in the U.S. or like, do you have people in Israel that you're working with?
Yeah, directly? I do have people in Israel and in Palestine that we are working with. But I am, like I said, I am not qualified to be a president or a parliament member. And I live here in the U.S. My family is here. I have grandchildren here. So I am not going to abandon them and move to Palestine or Israel, but I am going to be supportive of this government because I'm interested in having them live in peace once and for all.
So you want a system that you're introducing a system, but you're not going to be involved in it at all. You're just advocating an idea, basically?
Yeah, I'm advocating an idea for federal government in the area of Israel, Palestine, and the people who will be elected, they will have the legitimacy, the responsibility to take over and because they will have to work in accordance with the Constitution.
But you say this like they will have the responsibility, like they're gonna do it. Like you talk for them like they already agree with you or something. They don't agree with you, Joseph. These people don't wanna live with the Palestinians. They want to take their land, and they're doing it every day. They're doing it in their synagogues. They're doing it in their town hall meetings. They're doing it in their little get-togethers, their barbecues. They're doing it in their I mean, I need to stop, man. But they're
Uh,
doing it.
yeah, unfortunately, there are some bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs that have ties to that,
No way.
unfortunately.
I just said that
Yeah,
too. That's wild.
unfortunately, yeah, there's some extreme people out there.
Look, I'm not going to deny the extremism on the Israeli society. I'm not going to deny that. In fact, I condemn it and I acknowledge it, and I am horrified by it. Uh,
I'm glad you do, Joseph. But when we're talking about the guy down, see that's that. See that lunatic down.
You know, the issue is like I'm gonna say something. Like my family, some of them say the most bullshit things because they hear rumors that they have this image of what they think a lot of Palestinians. My sister said that she thought that Palestinians do things to goats, and that they claimed that people could see it from their balconies in Jerusalem, and that those types of things. Those are the people that are going to be elected. Like people who think that Palestinians do things to animals. Like I don't know how. Like it seems like there's going to be a need to be a major, what is it called, re-education of society, because people have these misconceptions about Palestinians, of Islam, of Palestinian Christians. And the thing is if you have these people, they're going to be proposing legislation that might not be favorable. And like, are you guys going to be working with the UN? Are you going to be working with, like, do you have other groups that you're working with this stuff? Like,
uh, not really. I don't. I'll have to look
have
in
you
my
talked to
record.
the UN at all?
There are people from the UN or used to be in the UN that are very strong supporters of our organization.
Oh
American,
man, that's funny.
European. There are people
I'm
from
about to get
the
dusty tonight.
EU
The
as
temperature
well.
just went up a little bit. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Joseph.
Um, Look, I understand your skepticism. I understand your criticism. It's all valid.
I don't think you're a bad person. I just think some of it's misguided. So I don't want you to think that I'm trying to come at you personally, but it's just I do think that there's more that needs to be thought about. And you also, if you want to do this, I think you need to organize a little bit more, work with more, NGOs maybe. As I said, I don't support this system. I'm a little bit different. Obviously, I'm a communist, but the thing is, I think you need a little bit more. It needs to be developed a little more, to make a
Oh,
better impact.
you're absolutely right. It
So,
does need to develop a little bit more. It needs to develop a
so,
lot more.
Guys,
but
one second, 007. Karma had a hand raised,
yep.
but let her go for it then. But welcome in, though. I see you still
Thank
got
you.
that tie. At least change the tie. But welcome in, Karma.
Are you working with Jewish organizations that are anti-Zio to develop this? Like, are you working with, like, there's different, like, academics, like Academics for Peace. Are you working with groups like that? Like, that would be the more, like, reasonable thing. Working with, those organizations that are going to be like, hey, this is dehumanization. This is something we can do. This is how we can include Palestinians. Like, are you working with a lot of organizations?
No, we work with individuals. We do
That
not work with organizations.
that
Even
that
I'm gonna
that's
be honest.
Yeah.
But go ahead, finish your
No,
thought, and
I
then
was
we
just
can
gonna
go
say you
to
need to
Karma.
work with organizations because that's how you get things done. You have plans, you have coalitions, some of these people, especially some of these academics, people that have PhDs and stuff like that, they're going to have the know-how and understand certain things better and be able to organize better. But yes, you go on, Lobo.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. He just, I don't know. He just he says he has people. But Karma, go ahead.
I'm actually on the website that he's referring to, and it's called Israeli-Palestinian Confederation. Am I correct, Joseph?
Yes.
Okay. Israeli-Palestinian Confederation. Israel's first on that website. Now let's read some of the frequent asked questions and how you guys answer that. Okay. What is the geographic location of the Israeli-Palestinian Confederation? The geographic location of the Confederation is the entire state of Israel, including the Golan Heights, the West Bank, and the Gaza Strip. These areas are referred to in the Constitution as Israel and Palestine. I'm gonna, as a lawyer, yeah, I know.
Okay.
As a lawyer, you're a lawyer, Joseph, okay? And supposedly you know a lot of history about how this G site started. When was the Balfour Declaration? Can you recall the year, please?
I believe it's 1935.
No.
So the Balfour Declaration was 1917. Now my next question is, did one second, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to get out. So did the British, did they have kind of legal administrative power on Palestine that year, before or after? Can you tell?
I think they got the mandate from the League of Nations, and the Balfour Declaration was, from what I read,
Both of them did not happen at the same year, to be specific.
correct.
Okay.
So the Balfour Declaration was the
1917.
it was designed to.
That's not
to
my
give
question,
the-
please, so we don't get lost. I'm asking specifically about the year. When was the year that British Mandate was created? When was the last day of the Ottoman Empire power on Palestine? Can you tell?
No, I don't have those. memories.
1922.
Oh,
Okay.
1920. I thought it was 1921 for some reason.
So
Okay.
1920, it's just to prove it's after 1917. So here, the British Mandate of Palestine explicitly mentioned, right, that this is in reference to the Balfour Declaration. Right? So the British Mandate that you build your false legality on later on, when you had 6 to 7% of the land, you wanted in the partition plan 55%, was something that you did not have legality to begin with. Those British kingdom did not have a feet inside Palestine until after 1917. So you're not legal. So why is it every time you are mentioning your confederation, you're putting Israel's first? Mind me to tell you, Lena asked you, and you're not going to be even part of the process. So if this is how you think, how does the others, how does the Israelis who believe that they are higher than the Palestinians think, and how are they going to reinforce that in your quote-unquote confederation? I've landed my plane.
I don't understand your question. I'm sorry. Are you
And
asking?
you're a lawyer, you understand my question. You do not have legality, but you always put
We're not
yourself
claiming
first.
legality.
Even.
We are claiming to create legality based on an election.
Okay, here is my issue. Your state is not legal to begin with. The Palestinians never approved 181 resolution. It was a non-legal binding. The
I
Balfour
agree.
Dec-
I
Okay,
agree.
if you agree, why is it that the proposal that you're putting, you're always putting Israel's first? In your frequent asked questions, you're putting Israel's first. That gives you the hint of where you think you are and where you think your state should be. First, higher. And if that's how you think, how
Not
do you think
necessarily. It could be first in the alphabet. I is before P.
Anyway, I have landed my plane.